As we progress further into the month, the number of does entering estrus continues to increase each day. With this in mind, Rye Ludwig is back in the eastern Iowa woods. Deciding to head to the same large cornfield he hunted a few days prior, he's enlisted a decoy to help shrink the field for a bow shot.
We just got set up in the blind. We stuck with the plan we made before we got down out of the walnut stand. It's pretty gusty, anywhere from like 12, 25 mile an hour, depending on the gusts, but it's a strong, good west. It's what we want for this. We're hunting basically just a hedgerow. The goal, deer come out in the ag field. Hopefully a target comes out and we can either, they see the decoy and come on their own, or it puts us in a calling situation. I think you could hunt this without the decoy, but I just feel like the decoy, with specifically a mature buck, gives you a little bit better odds of getting them in bow range. So it's pretty warm, 65 degrees. Generally warm temperatures have deer going to green, but with the west wind, we can't really hunt anywhere on the creek, so we're over here. But time will tell if one will show up. I do not know that deer. What's going on? Why are those does running? Oh, that's a buck. This is what November's supposed to be like.
As Rye watches the magic of November unfold in front of him, 113 miles to the southwest, Kaleb Greiner is making his way out for the evening hunt. Coming off of another action-filled morning, anticipation is high to see if he can finally lay eyes on his number one target.
It's the evening of November 9th. Shay and I just got set up. We set this spot a couple days ago. We're not too far from where Junkyard Dog. I'm just gonna start calling him a dog. We'll call him the dog. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We got other intel that the neighbor knows this deer and he calls him Gee Whiz. So, you know, this farm is basically made up of one long, massive draw, so to say, and there's a bunch of fingers that come off of it. It's surrounded by destination food, that being corn, and this corn is probably going to be taken off in about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So I was telling Shay, I was like, man, we need to find some more sets in the timber of this draw. Seems like that's where all the action is, because once this corn comes out, there's going to be deer walking out here, they're going to get our wind. And in the timber, they'll be a little bit more patternable on what trails they'll be using and where we'll be able to get away with our wind. So kind of try and find a spot that's a little similar to yesterday's setup. So hopefully the dog or Gee Whiz or Junkyard Dog steps out. About 2 hours left. We will see what shows up. Well, that was probably the coolest encounter I've ever had with a single deer ever. I don't know what else to say. That was freaking sweet. He was rubbing this tree, making it straight down here, and we were shaking back and forth. Oh, dude, you can't make that up. Couldn't have written it any better. The thing we're taking away from tonight is I think there's definitely a bedding area in between where we were sitting, which is straight west this morning, and where we are, it's probably about a quarter mile in between. I think there's some kind of bedding area in between, but we've been listening to bucks chasing does all night on this ridge right to our south. I'm pretty confident that it's a good play to get in there for tomorrow morning. I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully we'll see some more deer, but I am okay with ending it on that. That was awesome. That's a good buck. He's gonna probably come to the decoy, dude.
While the sun sets on Kaleb's world-class afternoon, back in eastern Iowa, Rye Ludwig's final minutes are rapidly picking up steam.
These does. Oh yeah. When he stops, I'm gonna snort wheeze. Need him to like run her this way a little bit. I mean, they're coming straight towards us right now. She's not gonna run this way. He's not gonna let her go out in the field. He knows what he's doing. He gets over here and sees the decoy. Come on, baby. See that decoy? No, don't run that way, don't. Tight 10 and him are about to fight, dude. Tight 10 backed her down. That's officially the biggest deer I've ever seen hunting for myself. I mean, he's large. I can't wait to go back and look at the footage. And there's two things I learned from this hunt. I mean, number one, that is a dominant deer. And there was one Snort Wheeze where he picked his head up and he looked over at me. And he turned his back, gave me a tail flick, and it's almost saying, like, to the decoy, if you want some, come over here and get some. Because he's got 9 does standing there with him. You almost are gonna have to get in his bubble to get a reaction out of him. I think we've got a pretty good shot at them in the morning. So the big deer went off to the northeast and Tight 10 went to the south. So I'm hoping if I get in that same stand I hunted yesterday, the wind's gonna be even a little bit better for it. It's gonna just go right over the creek tomorrow morning. So it's cool to see both of them. I mean, what a night. What a night. November the 9th. That's gonna be a day I'm gonna remember for a long time. Good morning. It is November 10th and it's just about 5 o'clock right now, so we just got down to the farm, just pulled in. We had that great encounter last night with the big deer. Kind of decided on a name last night. I think we're just gonna call him Arnold because that's the only thing I could think of was Arnold Schwarzenegger. So pretty exciting to see him and Tight 10. So we're gonna go back to the same tree stand we hunted yesterday on that little pinch along the creek. We have a northwest wind. It's gonna cut us right back across the creek this morning, and really still morning, so our thermals should take us straight up. We're gonna get our stuff ready, hop on the Kaufman, jet in there, self-filming this morning, so we will see how the morning unfolds. That was Arnold. He was about 80 yards, about 10 minutes before legal shooting light. I mean, he was dead on the ground, nose on the ground, just looking for a doe. So I talked to Mike last night. One of the things he said was that deer, if he's by himself, you have a lot better opportunity at calling at him. So hopefully he gets back there. And he wants to come play. It's really quiet this morning, so our sound should carry a good ways. He's by himself, so we've got a chance this morning. We're just gonna stick with it and see what happens. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. So Tight 10's out in the field now. He's pushing does around. There's a couple of small bucks out there. I don't know when it happened. There was a couple does out there, and I was watching them, and there was a small buck over there, and Arnold came running out of the bean field, and I mean, I got like a glimpse of him coming behind me, and he didn't come through the shooting lane, but hopefully, I mean, it doesn't look like one of these does is necessarily hot. Like, Tight 10's definitely just going around and checking each of the does, so hopefully he comes and cruises up through here.
With rut chaos unfolding all around his stand, Rye remains vigilant, hoping one of the bucks may cruise back by. That same morning, Kaleb Greiner is also hunting. Slipping deep into a bedding area, Kaleb's still waiting on his first deer movement.
November 10th, we're in the same spot that we were sitting last night. I think what we've kind of figured out here is that there's definitely doe bedding in here right in front of us. But I did mention yesterday I wanted to move this stand a little closer to the timber. We heard a lot of chasing in that timber last night, and it looks like a lot of the buck movement has been consistently down in this corner. So we're gonna wait probably till about 1, 2 o'clock to move this set. So hopefully these bucks are up cruising. We got 2 pictures last night. He was all the way on that stand that we hunted yesterday morning. This big scrape line over there, but there's a fresh big corn out there, so that could be why he's maybe targeting does that are going out to that fresh big corn. So see if we can see some deer.
Watching many of the same bucks as days prior, Kaleb waits for the elusive giant to finally make an appearance. That same morning, 206 miles to the southeast, Justin Lubrecht is taking another shot at the Missouri legend known as Velveeta.
Well, guys, it's the morning of November the 10th. Decided to come back to the bottoms to hunt a buck we call Velveeta, as it seems like we're playing a cat and mouse game with him. We'll hunt down here. He won't show up when we're not here. He's here. So from here on out, I feel like this is where I need to be. But Vita was down here yesterday morning and yesterday afternoon, so we're just hoping that he's making an appearance here again today. We're gonna make an all-day set. Because, like I said, he was here yesterday afternoon around 2:20, and there's just no way to get into this stand midday because they can see us when we come down in here if they're bedded anywhere on the ridges. It's a little bit more calm than what I like, but it's November 10th. Anything can happen. They're locking down. So we're going to get settled in here, and hopefully we can make something happen this last day before rifle season starts tomorrow.
She's looking hard at something back in there. Back on that ridge, she heard something or something.
guys, it's just a little after 8:30, and we finally laid eyes on our target buck, Velveeta. He come down off that valley over there. I'm assuming we've been thinking he's bedding back up in here, but we finally caught up with him here, but he's over there across the creek with some does, but we're gonna be here all day. We're not gonna leave until we have to.
With the bucks clearly up on their feet, Rye's morning hunt forges on.
I wonder if in the tight 10, he's gonna go try and take that doe from tight 10. I should try and rattle. Had his attention, but he probably smells that same doe tight 10 was with. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's such a big whitetail. I just messed it up. I'm gonna watch the footage, but I mean, I got no penetration. I mean, there's a chance I'm just overestimating it. Maybe I got high lung, but I think I hit him high shoulder. I mean, you can't ask for a plan to go any better. I mean, on this point right here, follows the edge. He gets to here, he kind of like locked up for a second. He cut out a little bit right there, 30 yards, right where I ranged it earlier on the edge of the green plot. And 29.7. Oh man, the encounter last night and watching him in tight 10 all day this morning, I just didn't execute. You don't get too many chances at deer like that.
With hopes of learning more on a larger screen, Rye elects to get down and return home to review the shot. Back on stand with Kaleb, he's still searching for a shot of his own.
Well, we had a quick start to the morning, and that bigger 9-point that we've encountered twice now, I'm pretty sure that might be a good 4-year-old. So he might be a good deer for next year. This combine, it's getting pretty close to us, so this spot for tonight might be toast. I think they're gonna be picking corn down here all night, so we might go to the other half of the farm. I did get off the phone with Rye, he called me. Man, he had a really good encounter with the non-typical over at the River Bottom farm. Super excited for him. I was hoping he'd get that deer, but he called me, he wasn't really positive about the shots and said it might have been shoulder. But it's really tough to do and pull it all together by yourself. So wish the best of luck to him. I need to give him a call. He was gonna go check for his arrow here soon, so be back with it here in probably another hour and a half or so. We're gonna grab a quick bite and hop back in the stand, hopefully around 11.
As the morning hunts continue to expire across the Midwest, back in eastern Iowa, Zach Rozmus is wrapping up an enjoyable hunt. After fielding a call from good friend Rye, Zach prepares to exit Area 52.
If we need to, make a game plan and, figure out what we need to do.
But before he leaves, he makes an adjustment and moves the mobile command station in position for future afternoon hunts. Back with Rye, it's time to take up the trail.
Well, we are about 5 hours post-shot right now. Went back and looked at the footage, and I was initially thinking like, man, I shot high. Like I was wondering what I did, but that deer actually, he ducked substantially. Like you can see it, I was a little far left. I was a little towards the leg, but I still think it would have been a lethal shot. But obviously, anytime you take a shot at a deer and hit a deer, you owe it to the animal to follow up and make sure that it's not lethal. There is a chance that this deer could be dead. So off the aorta where it comes off the heart, there's 2 main veins that come up behind the scapula. The good thing about all this is if we don't find him, pretty confident to say that deer is going to live to see another day. So it's great to get everybody together, whether it's going to be success or we're not going to find the deer, but happy to have you guys here and I appreciate it. We'll keep you guys tuned in. Some blood next to the arrow. Broke off 4 or 5 inches.
Yeah.
I think it's enough.
We've got in that plus what broke off, and it's in the right spot. It's definitely enough.
Got it one more time. Well, unfortunately, we did not recover that deer, and like I said at the beginning, didn't go in with the most confidence in the world. We tracked blood across the cornfield, like I said, and when we got into the grass, we found some bigger spots and kind of like hopes picked up a little bit, but as we kept going, we were only finding blood on like standing vegetation. It was drying up, it wasn't leaking down. So when you see that, it's generally an indication of a non-lethal hit. So hopefully throughout the next couple days, we can get some more pictures of this deer. There's more hunting ahead. We've got you this weekend. I'm sure are you going back out tonight?
I think we're gonna have to. We got stuff sitting in a blind we gotta go get.
Well,
perfect. I get there just for the perfect time.
Exactly.
The last half hour.
I do appreciate these guys being out here. It means a lot, and as tough as this pill is to swallow, it makes it a little bit easier spending with people like these guys. So we'll move on, and we'll see you next time we're in the stand.
Though heartbreaking, Rye's efforts to take up the trail confirm the best case scenario in the situation. All signs point to the buck's survival, and with plenty of days remaining in the month, the only path is forward. As everyone scurries to their hunting spots for the afternoon, longtime team member Collins Marine is also hunting. He too was among the number of people who got close in the morning hours, seeing at a distance one of the bucks he's after. Following his gut feeling, Collins decides to make the move and heads for the same redneck blind that saw his son Cooper tag his best buck only a month before. Not only that, but this is the same spot that 364 days prior, Collins tagged a great buck. Utilizing the same strategy to a T, hopes are high lightning will strike twice.
Just moved spots here for the afternoon. Back sitting in the redneck overlooking this food plot. Decided I want to be on food this afternoon. Yesterday I sat in the timber and everything I saw was basically going to food, so figured I got plenty of food on this farm, so might as well sit it. I'm also though in a good transition for any bucks cruising midday to see this decoy out in this food plot and come check it, or just bucks checking this food plot for does in general. But I think the conditions feel good. Not exactly sure what we're going to see on this side of the farm. There's a real mature 8-point that I'd probably shoot, and then just a couple other 8s. We'll see. Should be a fun sit though. Conditions feel really good. It's north wind. Gonna be in the 40s, so hopefully they're hungry and some of these does can pull a couple bucks out to the plot tonight. But we'll see.
As the great young buck cruises off, Collins slips out to fix the decoy. That same evening, 38 miles to the west, Zach Rozmus is still blazing towards Area 52.
It's the afternoon of November 10th, and Ty and I are beating feet down to Area 52 right now. It's 3:45 right now, And as you can see, we are not set up and hunting at this point in time. So we went over and we're helping Rye. He made a shot on a buck today, a really good buck, and we're blood trailing for a little while. Unfortunately, there wasn't a great outcome for that. We weren't able to find the deer, but we wanted to make sure that we did the deer justice. And, you know, we're going to get into a spot where it's going to be an easy in and out. We're going to go hunt that mobile command center that we moved earlier today. So it'll be a nice, easy in and out. And fingers crossed that nothing's in the plot yet.
Yep. All right, we made it. It's 4:30 right now, and I'd say we've probably been set up for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes now. Anything that comes within the front north part of where we're set up, I feel like we're going to be in the game. We're going to have to be careful because it's going to be pretty close. But we got the doe decoy out in front of us. I've actually never hunted over a doe decoy before. I actually borrowed it from my neighbors because we had musical chairs of decoys going on where Rye was actually using mine. I actually talked it over with one of my buddies, Kane, too. And we just think this time of the year the doe decoy could be the ticket for bringing these bucks in a little closer. One of the reasons I wanted to put the blind in this spot is that two of my target bucks, that buck I call T-Bone now, and then Pretzel, have been on this camera right over here. So, and both right around end of daylight. So it's gonna be a short hunt tonight. We only got probably 45 minutes left. Yep, he's right down in the corner. Looks like he's following a couple of these does too. That other buck just kind of stopped at the crest of the hill time. Oh yeah, he's walking him off. Jeez. This is gonna get crazy quick. T-Bone is chasing another deer off. I'm not sure. Yeah. He's walking towards us now. Yeah, pretty quickly.
We are just getting back to the truck now, and what a roller coaster tonight. As soon as he stepped into the field, I immediately recognized him right away, and he has a frame on him. Wow, he's definitely a buck when he was coming across that field, and I thought for a little while, I mean, I was getting jittery. I thought it was going to happen. There's just a lot of deer and a lot of stuff going on, so he had his attention elsewhere. But the demeanor of T-Bone when he was in the field, he walked off, I think, 3 or 4 different bucks tonight when he was protecting 2 of those does, where I almost think if we would have had a buck decoy tonight, we might have been in the chips. But regardless, awesome hunt. I'm excited to review the footage. Ty and I are going to talk about what the next couple days are going to look like. But as always, we appreciate you guys joining along for the journey.
Back in Collins's field, the sun is setting on his great hunt.
Oh man, talk about last minute. I was I had like 10 minutes of light left. I looked up and there's a buck chasing a doe coming right towards the plot. And it's actually this real old 8-point. And I was chasing the doe around. Every time he'd get close to the decoy, he'd kind of posture up, but he never got quite close enough. And finally here at the end, he got just close enough, and I was able to get a shot off with 2 minutes left. So let's go check him out.
Heck yes. It's a sweet buck.
All right, guys. Well, it's the next morning, as you can see, and here he is, getting him out for some better light. And like I said, this is a very mature deer. He showed up on the farm. He was the first deer in velvet I had this year, actually. I mean, as you guys can see just by his face, he's super mature. He was the boss when he came into that field chasing that doe all around, and I think that decoy is what really helped seal the deal. He came in, got a little too close to the decoy and started to posture up, and as you guys saw, he went down right away, and I thought I spined him, but as you can see, the shot was literally right behind the shoulder. He was quartered away a little bit, so I don't know if it hit that offside shoulder and that's what like hit a nerve or something and he dropped, but I was able to put another one in him and he expired real quick. So just couldn't be more thankful for my November 10th buck.
He was rubbing this tree, making it straight down here. We were shaking back and forth. I am okay with ending it on that. That was awesome.
As soon as he stepped into the field, I immediately recognized him right away, and he has a frame on him. Wow. He walked off, I think, 3 or 4 different bucks tonight when he was protecting 2 of those does, where I almost think if we would have had a buck decoy tonight, we might have been in the chips.
As tough as this pill is to swallow, it makes it a little bit easier spending with people like these guys. So we'll move on, and we'll see you next time we're in the stand.
The ebb and flow of a hunting season is a harsh reminder that things are changing constantly in the woods around us. Fueled by dreams, every year hunters prepare for the slim chance that one day that dream might become reality. All of his life, Rye Ludwig has envisioned the moment that finally strolled by him. A game of inches, once again we're reminded that bow hunting success is determined by razor-thin margins and nothing is promised. On the flip side of the coin, Collins Marine's epic hunt over the Decoy confirms that time of year tactical adjustments can change your entire season in a flash. And as Kaleb Greiner's stretch of once-in-a-lifetime encounters continues to stack up, it's only a matter of time before the floodgates burst with an opportunity. Exactly what all of us are looking for, this is the vision that drives our every step forward. Not even halfway through the month, our position is prime, and to take advantage, you must be in the tree. At any moment, the tides can change with the crashing sounds of the chase splashing by. Determined to make the most of this window, we sail on, navigating our days, chasing November.